Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm here again with Ryan Illife from LumenTek Electrical out of Red Deer in Central Alberta. And today we're going to be talking about generators and the GenerLink product. Ryan, you've been doing this for a little while. Let's get started with GenerLink and what it is, why it's important, and how you go about installing it. So number one, what is it?
GenerLink basically gives you the flexibility to run any generator, well, almost any generator you want with your to power your house if you lose power. It installs between the meter base and your meter. So once you lose utility power, you can plug a generator in, power your whole house. We've been installing them for a while. We like them because almost every house can have a GenerLink installed. We don't need to go and rewire a bunch of stuff and make a big mess inside. It can literally all be done from outside, and yeah, the install is pretty quick and easy, and yeah.
Nice. So what can people expect when they get a GenerLink product? Like how long does it take? How much disruption is there in the house?
Basically, once someone accepts the job, it'll take us about a week and a half, depending on shipping and coordinating with the city. So that depends on what city you're in. If you're in Red Deer or if you're in Lacombe County or Red Deer County, it's a little faster. We can coordinate the disconnect and reconnect. We can have an electrician there with the lineman at the same time. So as soon as they turn power off to this house, we can pull the meter, put the GenerLink in, put everything back together, and they can get power back on, usually half an hour, 45 minutes.
Okay. Now, what type of a generator can you use?
You can use pretty much any generator that puts out 240 volts. You're limited by the size of the GenerLink. So there's a 30 amp and a 40 amp. You can use a bigger generator than that. It just won't be able to use that capacity above the 30 or 40 amps, depending on which GenerLink you choose. A lot of people use their generators from camping, or if they're a welder, they'll use their welding skid. Yeah, it's pretty flexible that way.
Okay. And is there like a certain type of cable and receptacle that you need for the GenerLink?
The GenerLink comes with its own cable that will go from the plug on the GenerLink to your generator. It's a twist lock 30 amp for the 30 amp one, and then it's basically an oven receptacle or an RV receptacle for the 40 amp. You can buy extension cords. The one that comes with the GenerLink's about 20 feet long, so you can get a longer one if you need. Most people are fine with the 20, but yeah, there's always an option to go longer.
Okay. And who is the typical client who gets a GenerLink?
Anyone that's worried about a power outage, but doesn't want to go as far as putting in a fully automatic generator. So it's a good middle ground. It's a fraction of the cost. It's like probably like 20% of the cost of doing a full backup generator. And most of the time they're already using a generator for camping or for work anyhow. So it's really just the switch. They're not even buying a generator at that point.
Mm-hmm. So this would be important for somebody who is on an acreage.
Very.
All right. And why is that?
It's something that we didn't even realize till we moved, is that once you lose power, you don't have any water either. And that's really annoying really quickly. So it's one thing to go without power, but to not have water is extremely annoying.
Yeah. Can you just imagine what it would be like if the city shut down and there was no water service? So let's talk about whole home generators like Generac. You have a job coming up soon. Let's get into that. What's involved in installing one of those, fully automated generator systems?
A little bit more involved in the GenerLinks. We basically have to interrupt power either from the street coming in and have a generator that will power up the whole house in a power outage, or we can take a few circuits like lights, freezers, furnace, stuff like that, put it in a separate panel, and have that automatically switch on in a power outage. The benefit with that is we can use a smaller generator, which cuts down on cost. The downside is that you can't run all your circuits, and no matter how well we plan, there's always something that someone comes back after and asks, like, oh, can we add this in? It's like, well, now your generator panel's full. So it's always easier if you're going the fully automatic route to go with the whole home generator, but we also understand that's not always in everyone's budget. Mm-hmm. So we try to offer both options. That process to install one's a little more involved. We usually have to install a pad, have a contractor come in, run a gas line. We have to basically disconnect power to the house for most of the day and rerun that power into an automatic transfer switch with voltage sense cables and everything to make sure that as soon as that power goes out on the utility side, the generator starts and turns power onto the house. The end result's a lot better. Like you can be at work, lose power, and come home to a warm house with all the lights on. Whereas with the with no generator, it's cold and dark, and with the GenerLink, it's it's cold and dark until you get home, and then it's warm and lit after.
Yeah, so the automatic transfer switch thing is good, and also the fuel source. So fuel source is natural gas with these typically.
Usually, yeah. Usually the automatic generators are natural gas. There is some propane ones. I'm sure there's diesel or gasoline as well, but we usually just see the natural gas or propane.
Okay. And the good thing about that is it's not going to run out, like unless you don't pay your gas bill, but it's not going to run out typically.
Yeah.
And which ensures that you're going to have running water, you're going to have heat, you're going to have lights, you're going to have all the stuff that you need to live the modern life, right? And most importantly, Wi-Fi. Making sure that you've got Wi-Fi. Okay, now let's talk about the process. How long is the permitting process, getting the product in, and all of that?
The whole process takes usually about a week and a half to schedule and coordinate. That's with the utility disconnects, ordering all the parts in. A lot of the stuff is typically in stock, or it's in stock at another branch and takes a few days to get in. The only time it's ever an issue is if someone wants a really big generator or something that's not a typical generator. That usually adds a bit of time to the process, but most installs are a week and a half.
Nice. And let's talk about maintenance on this generator. So let's say you've got this whole home generator. What does the maintenance look like?
We typically install the Generac generators, and their maintenance program is just oil changes, filters, batteries, and then it's got its own onboard diagnostics. So it'll start up and run every week just to function test, and then it may throw an error code. It'll alert you on your phone, and then you'd have to schedule maintenance for something else. But most of the time they're pretty reliable, and it's just your your general maintenance, the same as a car or anything like that.
Okay, nice. So not too bad.
No, nothing too crazy.
The best thing you have is peace of mind, right? So you know that your stuff is going to be working. So this would be perfect for someone who's on an acreage in the areas that you service. So again, what are those areas that LumenTek services?
Anywhere around Red Deer, so Blackfalds, Lacombe, Sylvan, Pinoka, Innisfail, anywhere like that.
Call Ryan and he'll be able to come out and give you a quote for a generator system, ensuring that you are safe and secure. All right, that's it for me. We'll see you guys on the next video.